Hey everybody, my name is Mitchell.
I'm Skaji.
I'm Stevie.
And we're at Books, Beans, and Candles in Birmingham, Alabama, and we're here again with Tea and Tarot's podcast. So Tracy, tell us what's going on tonight.
Well, tonight we have the in-person Tea and Tarot every month on the first Friday night. We meet upstairs in the meeting room at 6:30, and what we do is we put up spreads, we partner up, and we practice reading. It's a free event.
And you get tea.
And it's free.
It's free. And hopefully I'll have this before you actually get here posted, which is going to be hard. So at this point you might be going, well, I missed it and we were talking about it in the past. So hopefully we'll have it done. If not, this will be some of the spreads you guys are going to learn tonight, and we're going to go through this and hopefully take about 15 minutes and go through some spreads. So it won't tie you up too much on a Friday night. So I believe that Stevie's going to go first. So Stevie, take us through your spread.
Yeah, so this spread is based off of Mort. It's a novel by Terry Pratchett, essentially where this kid learns to be the apprentice of death and all of the moral and ethical repercussions and sort of duties foisted upon him. So with our first card here, we have kind of where you're starting out, becoming Death's apprentice. We have the responsibilities element of it, the things that you must do that are kind of being pushed upon you. Where you stand beforehand, the things that you want, your desires, your own moral and ethical compasses, and really how to kind of meld those two things and kind of find this happy medium that hopefully doesn't drive you insane. And then your outcome on the other side of kind of engaging with and accepting the things being pushed upon you. So with our first card here, we have our King of Cups, or the King of Chalices. Really looking at that kind of emotional depth, that steadfastness, that kind of reliability. People tend to come to the King of Cups for advice and for that kind of reassurance element of things. Jokingly, he's kind of the dad of tarot in a lot of ways. He has that very sort of dad vibe to him.
It's got a very diplomatic energy.
Yeah, that's the least, huh? Dad joke time. God.
So while you start out there, the things being foisted upon you, your responsibilities, are going to be these Six of Chalices and Six of Cups. It's a very touchy-feely sort of rose-colored glasses sort of card. It's really looking at happiness, at joy, at that childlike wonder of things, and really immersing yourself into that, which can feel almost like a backward step, I think, as you compare it to that King of Cups, where it's responsibilities, but soft and emotional, sure, but there is definitely that responsibilities vibe. Six of Cups washes its hands completely of that. Six of Cups is very just new. Everything is new and everything's exciting, and sort of just want to immerse in that feeling of it.
Okay.
The another feel with that, you mentioned the childlike joy, and going from this place to that place, it could be something where maybe we do need to relax, and it's something that's uncomfortable. Relaxing is not comfy for some folks.
Relaxing is gross, yeah. It's very much the vibe. The things that you're more comfortable with, we have, in this deck it's called the Venerable Woman, but it's the High Priestess. I'm comfortable knowing things. I'm comfortable with that seat of power, with that seat of kind of knowing where your intuition is. It's a very sort of confident, sometimes sexy card. It's very just and I'm here, this is what I'm doing.
Well, she's the keeper of the secrets.
Exactly.
And a lot of those are the inner magic as opposed to the outer magic of the magician, and that's
intuition.
That if we think of it as this is a competent person in this card, sometimes the hard part for competent people is to let go,
right?
And so that brings that conflict in there.
And also, I think admitting that you don't know things and admitting that you're not capable of X, Y, or Z, which the Six of Cups is kind of embraces of but whatever.
Yeah.
To meet in the middle here and kind of hopefully make that easier, we have our Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady. You might get a note overnight. You don't have to do it immediately, but set these kind of set this pace, set these goals that help you get there, as opposed to expecting to just arrive there.
Yeah, really in this card, you can see the path laid out in front of you. So, he doesn't have to go racing to it, but he definitely sees the direction. He sees where he's headed.
And you get to do so in a way that puts down roots, that puts down habits, that kind of puts down these reasonable expectations, these reasonable goals to do it. It's really maintaining that responsibility element of kind of these first two cards, or these first and third cards here, while tempering it with something that's a little bit more of the questioning element, the kind of discovery element of that Six of Cups. It's baby steps, kind of baby steps in a card. And then for your outcome on coming outside of this and kind of getting on the other end of things, we have the Four of Wands. Finding that sense of stability in a way that's action driven and action oriented, but it's much more harmonious in certain ways. There's that way of being a little bit more wild and out of control at times, but you know where your stability lies. You know kind of where these goalposts lie.
Good foundation and things coming into sync.
Mm-hmm.
The number 4 is often associated with concepts of the element of earth itself. So it brings this earthly practicality into that energetic and driven side of fire.
Kind of finding your feet in the midst of all this.
Yes.
Releasing.
Good, solid. Okay, fantastic. All right, I'll be going next. So mine's going to be the, what I call mine? Oh yeah, the 3 worlds layout. So we're going to have, we have the questioner, right? Then you're going to have the middle world. You have the upper world, and you have the lower world. So basically, let's see, our questioner, this is, I'm going to have to read it because I can't remember. But this was the subconscious, what motivates us, you know, your attitude, your emotional patterns surrounding the situation in question. Sort of like your self card, but what's, you know, definitely what's our subconscious motivating us. And of course, Queen, independent, I can do it, I don't need your help kind of card, you know. Emotionally strong, but emotionally very, that independence kind of streak through it.
And I often see this card with influences of both water and fire, that creative, but it's a very, and if this is our unconscious, this is a very tumultuous kind of energy.
Right.
It's like I'm gonna girl boss my way into success. It's really, I have this
Yeah.
vision, I have this idea of beauty and this idea of, you know, whatever, and just like I'm gonna beat aside people if I have to, if they're kind of in the way. Do it.
I can do it. I need your help. You know, and of course, then you have the upper world, which is the 5 of Swords. Now, this card represents the upper world in the realm of our, you know, our most ethical and moral attributes. This card is our archetype of higher self, as part of us concerned to the realm where we experience and develop compassion and wisdom. This card's meaning indicates the higher spiritual perspective and aspirations with regard to the question. So in this case, it's definitely, I think, putting things behind us, being that negotiator, being, you know, all the drama and the crap, we're not part of it. You know, we were able to separate ourselves from it.
And this being the realm of air, Swords is often associated with air. That's our mental world and how we think about things. It has that less combative is not the right word, but conflicting kind of thing, and so that brings in that very negotiator kind of idea.
Right,
to
because
it.
it's a 5, so we know it's a conflict, but this is reversed.
Yeah.
So instead of being in it or sneaking or being part of it, we're definitely having that ability to communicate.
Mhm.
The conflict happened, or it's kind of in the process of happening, but it's something that you managed to kind of cut your way through in a very direct, sort of just like, yeah, well, anyway, sort of feeling.
I'm over here. You guys got your problem. I'm on this side. Leave me out of it kind of card.
Yeah.
And of course, then we have in the middle world, that's the Hierophant. And this card is going to represent the realm where we experience everyday physical lives. So our mundane lives, definitely. And here we strive to bring our ego into balance, and the spiritual and material forces, you know, that are often sometimes at conflict. You know, sometimes spiritually we feel this way, but here's physical. So, you know, unfortunately, in everyday lives, there's rules, there's, you know, physics that we have to deal with. There's structure in society. And a Hierophant represents that a lot of times, is that structure that we have to deal with. But it's also having faith in ourselves that, you know, we can do this, we can navigate, we can work within this box to create the outcome, especially with the upper world, bringing that in.
And this just occurred to me too, is if we think about games, if we play games, we agree to a set of rules because that structure allows that game to be more fun.
Right.
But but like with little kids that are just free play, sometimes they're not playing by the same set of rules, and that's when people get upset.
Yeah.
Conflict happens, yeah.
So having even if it's just a few rules that kind of help define the playing field can help.
Definitely.
Especially with that kind of queen underlying it, it's definitely it's cool that you can do all this stuff by yourself, but you have that structure of either the community or of like the bigger picture that give you those set of rules, so it's not just, oh yes, I'm the main character.
Yes.
It's fitting into that society and fitting into those kind of bigger groups that gives a much more fluid sort of vibe and a much more kind of egalitarian sort of vibe.
Definitely. Definitely. And the last card, which is the King of Wands, and this is the card represents the realm of our primal beliefs. I'm sorry, the lower world. Went backwards. That's the lower world. So this is the primal beliefs, unconscious patterns, the cultural framework that shapes our institution into instinctual characters. The cards reading indicates the subconscious emotional patterns of underlying both the questions and the questioner. So think about it, it's going to reveal our primal strings and our emotional resources. And of course, the king, he's about taking action, but he does it with restraint. He's not unbridled. He's not impulsive, but he's also not a procrastinator. So I always look at it, he's the one who takes the appropriate action for the situation.
Especially with that wand's energy, it's not just having energy or strength to do a thing, but knowing the most effective and appropriate way to do the thing.
Yes.
There's kind of this element of like he can build it, he can like physically manifest it or whatever, but he's also very much with the salamander theme running throughout the swing of transformation, and it's like I can build this from scratch, or I could just do this instead. And kind of working with what you have as opposed to manifesting all this like extra stuff. It's more of that economical sort
I don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
And those already there.
And as unconscious aspects, if we think of it as those that inner psyche, this can indicate that this individual is predisposed to that practical approach to things.
Just stepping up. Okay. Fantastic. All right. All right. That is mine. Again, that was the three worlds. And Skaji, what you got?
So this one was inspired by one of our regulars who happens to be having a birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Billy.
And this is the birthday party spread, and there's only good stuff in here. It's an affirmation filled spread. It's not one of my more common approaches.
No.
But what we start off with in this spread is we have the candle,
9 of Cups.
we have the cake, the Ace of Swords, and that one's going to be reversed. We have the gift, or the presents, that's the Strength card. The Ace of Pence reversed, that's our bouncy castle.
Yeah.
And then here's our friends at the party, the Four of Pence reversed.
Well, they want your money.
They're fun friends.
But they're going to cost you.
So this candle is there it lights up a positive aspect of yourself that maybe you need to recognize. With this 9 of Cups, if we think of it as the 9 as almost full and as that emotional stuff, you've got a lot to give and a lot of emotional stuff to give, and you're kind of relaxed. You kind of got that kind of relaxed kind of vibe.
It's the work day, the work week's done. It's Friday night. I can chill and sit back, take the tie off and relax.
You've done all the hard work. You've kind of gotten yourself up to this point, but now you have the off switch that some people don't really have. Of just be like, that's enough, and then just relaxing and taking that step.
There's another week. I don't
There's
have to do it all today.
And
definitely.
And with the cake represents that sort of reward or treat that you can grant yourself or accept into your world. And this is the Ace of Swords. So with the Ace of Swords, we have the with the Ace of Swords, you have that beginning aspect. And swords is that element of air, that thought kind of thing, but it also has that action. So this could very well be the treat, the reward is...
Don't eat it. No.
That's a great idea. Take that action.
Yeah.
And at a pace that's not quite so rushed as maybe the Ace of Swords upright. It's still your birthday. You don't have to do it today. You get to really manifest that and think about how you want to manifest it and how you want to do it. Take the action, but it's a little bit less immediate.
Yeah, it definitely says, enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what has to be done tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just enjoy this time. Enjoy your cake.
And the present that's coming in, the gift that's coming to you or that you can accept is the strength. And
someone got you weights. How nice of them.
Yes. What are you trying to say? I know gym time?
I don't want to go to the gym. But the strength card is a lot less often about physical strength as it is sort of an inner strength. And we see that as a balance between our more instinctive side and our more mental side, our heart and our head. But the gift is the thing that you can capitalize on is a sense of balance. And we kind of get that all in this area here.
Right.
Capitalize on that. And our bouncy castle is where we get to have a good time, fun for fun's sake. And this is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. So instead of being plodding and one foot in front of the other, it looks like there's a garden growing and all of this kind of stuff. So maybe it's time to. When my son was little, he used to just go run in the yard just because he loved running around in the yard. Maybe we should just need to do that. But find that place, and it being an earth card, maybe it's something in the physical world, going for a hike, going for a walk, going swimming.
Yeah, get off the beaten path.
Yeah. The Pentacles are great cards. They have a lot of that kind of like wealth and prosperity, but they do have this sometimes drudgery aspect to them of that very repetitive sort of just like in stone sort of motion.
Got to make the donuts.
Yeah, so having it reversed is just like, it's so cool that you can do that, but look at what else you can do. Here's the things that are more adventurous or more fun or more just instant gratification, and sometimes you need that.
Yes.
You know, that's the playing hooky from work.
Yes. Yeah.
And our friends, the Four of Pentacles reversed. This card represents a trait in us we may not see, but that those that care about us do see, that we need to recognize about ourselves. And the Four of Pence is often, and it's got this money on here, and it goes, take my money.
Yeah.
But I think that this has that feeling of maybe it's a sense of personal generosity, whether it's generous with our time or our support or our money, that we may not see about ourselves that others recognize.
And maybe they know that we give a lot,
Yeah.
you know, and recognize that.
Yeah, especially given that like upright is a card of like being kind of fiscally like very conservative and kind of like keeping your means
Right.
to your chest. Having it reversed is like, oh no, my money is your money, my resources are your resources. It's very generous as opposed to just like white knuckle fisting. Just
Let it go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's that.
All right, real quick, I just want everyone to know that I used the Robin Wood deck for this one.
Oh.
So,
And this is
yeah,
the
seen that?
Pulp
Yeah.
Tarot.
Pulp Tarot, because I think we can tell everyone that. So,
And this one is the Tarot of 1,000 Nights.
fantastic. All right, guys, a couple of upcoming events. Psychic Fair, we're doing that on September 30th. It's going to start like at 10 a.m., goes about 5 or 6. I haven't quite set the time yet, but we'll have many different disciplines, whether it's astrology, palmistry, runes, tarot, obviously, or photography, you know, ancestral readings, all different kinds of things. So watch the Facebook for the event. I'll post that eventually, probably sometime mid-June, and we'll get all that squared down. So $15 a ticket. Sign-ups will start in August, so you'll be able to pre-purchase tickets and sign up for your slots and be guaranteed for that, because it does sell out every year.
It
So
does.
it's insane. It's a great thing, but wow. And a chance to, only 10 minutes, so it lets you do multiple things. I'll try this, and I'll try this, and I'll try that, and give you experience of all these different aspects you can do, and from different readers.
And how long have we been doing the Psychic Fair?
For 15 years, almost 16. Man, I've been doing it for a while. So we used to do it twice a year, but well, not anymore. We cut that out. It just got too much because it's such a big event, and it does, like I said, it does sell out. I believe you guys, you're going to teach a class on tarot coming up soon.
And, August, was it 12th, 19th? 19th.
I think it's like that.
I'll be posting
It's on
about
Facebook.
that.
It's on Facebook, yeah.
It will be, but it's my full contact tarot workshop. It's a 6-hour workshop, and I don't tell you what the cards mean. There's plenty of resources for that, but I do have a lot of exercises that can help you get more in tune with your practice of tarot.
And I guess the only other thing I want to mention is that we are going to start offering online readings. So that'll be like with Zoom, so there'll be a video. So we'll be having that as an option that you can book that appointment on our website and then schedule that time. And so if you can't make it to Birmingham or you just can't make it down, that you can do the readings. So we're going to have that feature, hopefully starting that next week sometime, work out the bugs and everything, but we'll be doing that. So other than that, we have Tea and Tarot tonight, and I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. And my name is Mitchell.
And Skaji,
And I'm Stevie.
You guys have a wonderful night. Hope to see you here shortly. Thank you.
safe journeys.